In 1968, a television producer, she asked herself a generational point of no return question. And that question she asked herself was, what if we took learning for children and we made learning taste more like ice cream than spinach? And the answer to that question is a show that is still in the air today called Sesame Street. And Sesame Street revolutionized children's programming. But more importantly, is Sesame Street took learning and it made learning fun. And that was the birth of an expectation that there should be fun in the hard stuff we do. Hi, I'm Meagan Johnson. This is Generational Jumpstart, where we talk about and investigate the multiple generations that infiltrate our lives at work and at home. I'm a professional speaker and a generational humorist, and I discuss the multiple generations and the impact they have on our lives today. And I'm going to follow along with our summertime theme and talk about having fun in the workplace. In 1993, I graduated from Arizona State University and I got a good job with a company called Quaker Oats. Lots of you have heard of this company. Now keep in mind, 1993, we were in the middle of the recession. My peers were struggling to find jobs. I stumbled into this job. It was a good paying job. It was a great opportunity. About a month into it, my dad, he's a baby boomer, he asked me, well, honey, how do you like your job? And I said, I don't. And he said, well, really, why not? I said, it's just not very fun. In fact, it wasn't fun at all. It was terrible. And my dad said to me, well, but it's work. It's not supposed to be fun. In fact, an audience member recently said to me, Meagan, if work was supposed to be fun, we'd call it fun, not work. But hey, we spend 90,000 hours of our life at work. 1/3 of our lifetime is spent at work. Why shouldn't we have fun? In fact, millennials, now if you haven't heard of millennials, you've been living someplace else. Millennials are the largest generation in the workplace today. These are people born after 1980. And millennials, more than any other generation, have really integrated their work life and their personal life together. Because they understand that with technology, you're tethered to work all the time. So it's not like when we're done with work, then we'll have fun. Work doesn't stop. So it only makes sense that we should have fun at work. In fact, a majority of millennials, when surveyed, say that they would take 60% less in their paycheck. They would take 60% less to work at a job they love versus a job they find boring. And you know what? When you're having fun, you're not bored. In fact, when an organization allows themselves to have fun, when leaders create a fun workplace, it has been shown that there's an increase in the level of employee trust, there's an increase in creativity, inspiration, and there's improved communication and connectivity between not just employees and their managers, but also coworkers. In fact, the Great Place to Work Institute surveyed employees, people that work for organizations that are listed on Fortune 100's top places to work, and found that over 80% said my company is a fun place to be. So being fun, having fun, it pays. And we're going to discuss a few things that you can do to have fun at work. Number one is my favorite one, food. Food is fun. All right, people like food. People want to eat. Food is fun. You can do something like an inter-office beverage break or an off-site lunch. I have a client every Friday. They have what's called Food Truck Fridays, and they bring in a food truck, a local food truck, to serve lunch to everybody in the office. Number two, inter-office social network. There's a service called Yammer that can set up an inter-office social network that allows employees not only to communicate and collaborate, but also post things that they find online that are humorous. Videos, stories, cartoons. Now you may have to, depending on your team, you may have to set some parameters about what's acceptable and what's not. But the nice thing about an inter-office social network is it allows people to jump on real quick and just get a kind of a tickle of their funny bone. Number three, volunteer time off, especially when this can be combined with coworkers. We call the millennial generation the giving generation because they are one of the top generations that are giving not only their time, but money to charitable organizations. And according to Deloitte Volunteer Impact Research, they found that millennials prefer to work for organizations that allow them to coordinate volunteering with their work time. Number 4, decorate the workplace. Now this may sound kind of silly, but when people are allowed to decorate the workplace and their workspace, not only is there a rise in creativity, but also increases the way people emotionally feel connected to their workplace. A company that is really good at this is Zappos.com. It's an online shoe retailer. I honestly wish I never discovered that site. But if you ever go downtown Vegas, if you're ever in Vegas and you're downtown, take a tour of their headquarters. This is actually a picture of their HR department. One of the HR representatives, employees decorated it. But they are famous for allowing their employees to have creative freedom when decorating the office. And number 5, this is my favorite. Well, okay, the food one was my favorite, but this is my second favorite because it is so simple but easily forgotten, is appreciation. Sometimes we forget just to say thank you to our coworkers and the people that help us be successful every day. Saying thank you and remembering small details about people's lives. I had someone recently ask me how my dog was doing after a surgery, and that small little token of kindness went a long way. I'm Meagan Johnson. This concludes Generational Jumpstart. I will see you next week when we further investigate the multiple generations and the mysteries they bring to us every day. Bye-bye.